So get asked the question a whole lot with a lot of the women that I work with is how do I perform at work when I have crippling anxiety? And I think it's an issue that many of us are not talking about. First of all, there are millions of people, it's estimated 20% of the population deal with some form of anxiety disorder or the other. And so the chances are that people that are sitting in your boardroom today, there are people in there that have the same crippling anxiety that you do. From someone that has personally struggled with anxiety for most of my adult life, I really saw that showing up when I was in corporate a lot. And I had to really continually revise the toolbox that I had and what strategies I could pull out of that toolbox to help me cope with that anxiety. And while I used every how to that was on the market that I could get my hands on, that a therapist would tell me about, that other coaches would tell me about, it all really boiled down to this underlying feeling and this underlying thought of being really worried about being financially secure, being really worried about not being good enough and not even deserving of the position that I was in. And that really forced myself to really dig deep and find out, hey, where the heck is this coming from? Why do I believe that I should be grateful to even sit in this room? Why do I believe that I have to be perfect to be good enough? Why do I believe that if I mess up one thing, the whole world's over and I had failed in my career? And what I really discovered is these were subliminal, subconscious, sometimes conscious messages that we had been taught as women from literally the time we came out of the womb forward. And all that's doing is showing up as corporate executive women as being extremely powerful, and it's actually super destructive to us. So if I've been taught something like this since birth, how the hell do I break out of it? And what that, process looks like is really continually to dig down and completely, revise those gremlins, those intrusive negative thoughts, and really map out what evidence do you have to support that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve the position you're in, that you didn't work hard, pay your dues, and strategize, network the right way, and do everything that you should to land in that role. Really try to find one shred of evidence that can actually prove this thought is true. So, anytime that you feel those thoughts coming in and you're sitting there, you feel that anxiety attack coming on, picture a stop sign and say, wait a minute, stop. What evidence do I have that this thought is real? Or is this what society, cultural norms, even corporate has the box that they've put me in as a woman? And how does it serve them well if I stay in this box? And how can I serve myself by saying, you know what, society, you know what, culture, that's where I refuse not to live, because that's not power, that's not leadership, and that's not the kind of life I'm going to live.